What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Team Fish Knuckles YouTube channel. Today is Rogue Tuesday, and if you watched yesterday's main deck Monday video, you would have noticed that we played against a Mandibuzz, Jolteon, Vespiquen Yveltal deck, and a lot of people in the comments said, hey, you should play the deck for Rogue Tuesday, see what's it about, see if it's good or not. So today, we're playing my opponent's exact list, because luckily, in the video, I click show opponent's deck, I look, and we can see their entire deck, and today, we're going to play, and we're going to see, is it good, or is it not? Does this Mandibuzz strategy work, or not? I do like it a lot, it is very, very interesting, but your opponent does have to play Shaymin, which does seem to be a problem right now in PTCGO. I'm not playing against a lot of decks that have Shaymins for some reason. But today, we're going to find out, see if the deck does work, and can we actually take games or not. So let's go over the deck. Of course, it's called Mandibuzz, so a main attacker. One of our main attackers is going to be Mandibuzz. Mandibuzz has the attack Bone Drop. This attack does 60 damage to one of your opponent's Pokemon that has an ability, but you don't apply weakness or any resistance for bench Pokemon. So the concept of this deck is you're going to use Mandibuzz, hit a Shaymin-EX for 60 damage, and we're going to knock it out. Now, I know it says right now we don't apply weakness and resistance, but we're going to go over that. And you might be saying, Mandibuzz is a dark type, how do you hit for weakness? Well, we play this Jolteon. Jolteon has the ability Electric Effect, which makes all your Stage 1 Pokemon in play a Lightning type, so that way your Mandibuzz is now Lightning. So, of course, right now, you can Lysandre up a Shaymin and take a knockout that way if you want to, with the Bone Drop. But what we're going to use is Wide Lens. Wide Lens says damage from the attacks of the Pokemon this card is attached to is affected by weakness and resistance for your opponent's bench Pokemon. And this means we can hit the Shaymin's EX on the bench for a knockout. And that is going to be the plan. We're going to use Mandibuzz's attack while having Jolteon, Wide Lens, and take knockouts that way, which is pretty interesting. And does it work or not? That is the thing. You do have to set up Mandibuzz. You do have to set up Jolteon. You do have to get a Wide Lens. And you have to get all this set up and hope that your opponent plays a Shaymin. Now, we do have other stuff in the deck as well. There's a 2-1 Yveltal line. This Yveltal has a Blue 30, attach a Dark Energy from your discard pile to one of your bench Pokemon, and Darkness Blade for 100. Flip a coin of tails. Flip a coin of tails. This Pokemon can't attack. So Blue can do some quick damage, maybe on the active, kind of soften up a little bit, which is really nice. But I do like this Fright Knight Yveltal. Fright Knight Yveltal is such a strong card. It has Fright Knight, which makes where no tools cards work and play, but it has Pitch Black Spear. This attack does 6 damage to one of your opponent's bench Pokemon EX. So you can kind of do 60-60, and you can snipe Pokemon off that way and soften up, which is really, really nice. And we also play a 3-3 Vespiquen line. Like I said earlier, if the Mandibuzz strategy does not work, what you could do is use Vespiquen. Vespiquen has Be Revenge, it does 20, and then 10 more damage to each Pokemon in your discard pile, which is really, really nice. So you can easily knock out some Pokemon you play 25 Pokemon, so you can afford dumping a bunch of them in the discard pile and take big knockouts with Be Revenge for your last 2 prize cards if your opponents keep a Shaymin-EX on their hand instead of benching them. We also play 3 Shaymin-EXs of our own to help us set up. Now I'm actually contemplating cutting a Shaymin-EX for a Super Rod because I've wanted, like, playtesting the deck, I've wanted Jolteon back so many times in the Eevees as well because my opponent has just been licensed with Jolteons, and that's the problem as well. My opponents usually just license Jolteon and it never goes. Like, they just license Jolteon, I can never get another one out, and we just lose. Like I said, we are playing the exact list of my opponents. We're just playing it for fun, but I would definitely cut a Shaymin, maybe for a Super Rod, to get back Pokemon, and maybe Dark Energy as well. Maybe a Secret Dash if you're feeling very scary, but Super Rod for sure. The deck also plays 3 unknowns for Feral Letter to discard it off your bench to draw a card. This not only helps you set up, but it also fuels your Vespiquen attack. So we have Vespiquen, Yveltal, Mandibuzz, Jolteon, Unown, and Shaymin in this deck. So there we go. That's all the Pokemon in the deck. You play 4 Battle Compressor to discard 3 cards from your deck. Shuffle your deck afterwards. Of course, depending on the deck, you can discard whatever Pokemon you want, but the main thing is to discard supporter cards as well, which is really nice. The deck plays 2 Target Whistle, put a base Pokemon from your opponent's discard pile onto the bench, and now we can put a Shaymin back onto the field, which is really nice, and to use Mandibuzz over and over again, because once you knock out a Shaymin, if they don't play Super Rod, you can Target Whistle back onto the field, which is really nice. 4 Trainers Mail, 4 Ultra Ball, 4 VS Seeker, these are pretty much stapled. 1 Lysandre, 1 in, and 3 Sycamore. I do think the supporter count is kind of low, but the deck is pretty hard to put stuff in here. It's pretty tight, but that's what we're playing right now. 3 Sycamore, 1 in, and 1 Lysandre. 1 Float Stone, mainly give Yveltal free retreat. Yveltal has a 2 retreat cost, not this guy. If you have this guy in the act spot, you're using our DC to retreat that because Fright Knight is an effect for you as well. But this guy has a 2 retreat cost, so Float Stone does come helpful, and sometimes 3 Wide Lens, so you hit the bench 4 DCE, and 4 Dark Energy. And this is the Mandibuzz deck. Now, like I said, it is kind of hard to set up. You need the Mandibuzz, you need the Jolteon, you need the Wide Lens. You got to make sure your opponent doesn't Hex Maniac you. You got to make sure your opponent doesn't knock out your Jolteons. It is hard to set up, but I do like the idea of Vespiquen to take knockouts if the Mandibuzz strategy does not work. But there we go, guys. Hopefully you enjoyed this video. Thanks for watching. I did have a lot of fun playing this deck for sure. But thanks for watching. Have a great Tuesday, and let's see the deck in action. Alright, you're putting against Dravnik playing a Psychic, Dragon, Colors, and a Dark deck. This might be a Darkrai Garbodor deck, which they do play Shaymins, and we can snipe this off the bench. That's what it seems like it is. But on our turn, let's see what's going to happen. And can we get set up? We get 2 unknowns, a Vullaby. Okay, so start Vullaby, of course. Man, if they play Shaymins, we'll be okay. Like yesterday, I didn't know what Mandibuzz is, and there is a Darkrai. Okay, so I'm going to, I guess we're going to put down Unknown. We will Feral Letter the first time. We're going to discard an Unknown, draw a new card. We're going to get a Trainers Mail. So let's use another Unknown to Trainers Mail again. Or let's use Feral Letter. Okay. And let's see what do we get off the Feral Letter. We get a Vespiquen, which is perfect. If we get a Battle Compressor, we'll be okay to go. So we'll get a Trainers Mail. With the Trainers Mail, grab it in. That's perfect. That's what I want to do. I don't want to reveal what Mandibuzz does yet, so I don't want to discard it. So I'm going to Ultra Ball, discard Ultra Ball to Sycamore. And with this, I want to get another Vullaby. We do have 2 Shaymins in the deck, so we can maybe draw into those. We do need a Shaymin as well for the next turn, so we'll grab a Vullaby down. We'll put that down the field and play it in. Go shuffle the hand into the deck and draw 6 new cards. Now with this, we need an Eevee, and we do hit the Eevee. This is perfect. And we get a Wide Lens as well. So I'm going to Ultra Ball, discard a Yveltal and a Vespiquen. We are going to be down 2 Vespiquens, but we might be okay. We're going to grab an Eevee, put down the Eevee, and just pass. And we just got to hope that my opponent puts down a Shaymin, which they might. They play like Maxlix and all this stuff, so we might be okay. There's a Trubbish coming down. Ooh, the Garbodor is going to make things weird. And just a pass onto our turn, alright? So let's see. Okay. The Garbodor is going to make things weird because we really can't knock it out right now. So we put a Mandibuzz in the active. Put down Jolteon. Wide Lens the active. And we're going to Vespiquen for Sycamore. Yep. Alright, we're going to Sycamore, discard our hand, draw 7 new cards, okay? And let's see what do we get off the Sycamore, okay? We get an Yveltal. Someone put down Yveltal. The Oblivion one. I'm going to Ultra Ball. No, let's Battle Compressor, okay? And with the Compressor, I'm going to discard. Like, we don't need the other Jolteon. We probably don't need this other Mandibuzz. And I'm going to discard another Unknown. Yeah, seems good. We need to find one of our Dark Energies this turn. So we're going to Ultra Ball, discard Eevee and the other Wide Lens. And with this, we'll grab Shaymin's already in hand. I'm going to grab a Combee. Maybe we can use Vespiquen to take a knockout on a Garbodor as well. So we'll grab a Combee, put that down, and we'll Shaymin set it for 5 new cards. Alright, can we find an energy attachment to this Yveltal? That's the big question this turn. And we did not. Alright, so I'm just going to end my turn. Only to my opponent's turn. They could maybe knock us out. Dark Pulse does 20 plus 20 for each Dark Energy you play. So 20, 40, 60. So 20, 40, 60. And there's a Dark Pulse just for 60, okay? So he's not taking a knockout just yet. On to our turn, we get a DCE. So I'm putting on this guy. I'll put a Vespiquen down on this guy. We're down a bunch of Vespiquens. Oh, we're down 2 Vespiquens. I thought we were down more than that. We'll Compressor, and with the Compressor, I'm going to discard probably this. Do we need the other Fright Knight? Now let's discard these 3. That seems pretty much useless. We need to keep the. We'll keep one. We'll keep the Yveltal, and we'll discard. Yeah, we'll discard a Shaymin. Yeah, that seems fine. We'll discard those. We'll Trainers Mail. Going to grab. We could grab a Sycamore to discard a Target Whistle. I guess that seems okay. We'll play the Sycamore, discard our hand, draw 7 new cards. Okay. And alright, so next time we can use the Pitch Box player, do 60 and 62 bench EX. So I'm just going to end my turn, all to my opponent's turn. They'll probably take a knockout this turn. My opponent really hasn't done anything. We have 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. We can do 140 damage with Darkrai, and we can soften stuff up with this Fright Knight Yveltal, which is pretty nice. Alright, so let's see what my opponent decides to do. I want to see more action with the Mandibuzz, but it seems like my opponent is just dead wrong and doesn't have anything really, which is fine with me. I'm fine with this for sure. There's a Dark Energy to the active. This Dark Pulse will do 20, 40, 60, 80, okay? 80 damage coming down. Now, max my opponent can do next turn is 100, which will not knock out our Yveltal. So let's send this guy on our turn. I'm actually going to put a Dark Energy into this guy, Lysandre the Trubbish, and I'm going to pitch Black Spear. Now, this does multiple things. It weakens up the Trubbish. It makes it where it can't retreat. Because now the Trubbish can't... If they put a Float Stone on the active, it doesn't work because of the Fright Knight. I mean, I guess to get out of Garbodor, then it does work. Because... Wait, how does that work? I think the Garbodor just overrules it regardless. Like, okay, so pass on our turn, that's fine, yeah. Alright, so we get a Dark Energy. I'm going to put on this guy. We can maybe get the Vullaby set up. And let's just go for another pitch. Black Spear. We'll do 60 and 60 to that guy. And things are looking great. That guy's up to, what, 120 damage. If my opponent does put down the Pokemon, we can take a knockout with the Vespiquen. Let's see what happens. Oh, it's my opponent's turn. Do they finally do something or not is the big question. There's a Giratina coming down. A Darkrai coming down. And a double Dragon is going to Giratina. Hoopa going to search for some EX Pokemon. And let's see what does our opponent decide to get. Now, if they do put down Shaymin, we could maybe take a knockout with this guy. We have some Wide Lens missing. We see a Hydreigon and a Shaymin come into their hand, but we can take a knockout this turn with this Vespiquen. We see a Shaymin come down. Go to set up for 2 new cards. Okay. And I wonder what my opponent had all that stuff. I wonder why they're holding onto it all. Okay, so we see a Max Elixir not going to get anything, and we see a Dark Pulse. It was not knocked, so I only do 120 damage. Okay, this is great. So on our turn, I'm going to DC a Vespiquen. Trainers Mail. I don't think we have any more Ultra Balls left. If we do, that's what I'm looking for. I'm going to grab a Compressor. And with the Compressor, we have 5 cards left on our deck. That's pretty low. But we should be okay. Compressor. Do we have any more Mandibuzzes? Did I discard the Mandibuzzes already? Oh my goodness. I already discarded all the Mandibuzzes. Oh my goodness. Alright. Oh man. This is actually really bad. We discarded all of our Mandibuzzes on accident. Okay. So I'm going to discard just the Battle Compressor. We'll put down a Combee. And we will pitch Black Spear. Doing 60 to this guy, and probably 60 to this Giratina. That's who he's powering up, and we could take a knockout on the Giratina. So I accidentally discarded all of our Mandibuzzes on accident. I wasn't paying no attention. I guess we should play Super Rod. But there we see a VS Seeker and a Vespiquen coming down, and here comes Giratina. But can we take a knockout this turn on this Giratina? Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. There's an Ultra Ball. He needs a Xerosic this turn. If he gets Xerosic with this DCE and take a knockout, he'll be in pretty good shape. There's a Shaymin coming down, going to set up for 4 new cards. And can our opponent find a Xerosic or a DC this turn? If they do not, it's going to be my opponent is going to be in big trouble. Okay, so there's an N. I don't care about that really. I'm worried about a Xerosic. There's another Trainers Mail. Okay, there's a Fighting Fury Belt. I don't know if that's going to matter or not. Fighting Fury with the active. No, that's 110. That's still nothing. And we're going to get 3 cards. My opponent's going to get 5. But we're still looking A-okay. Like, I don't know how opponent's going to retaliate after this knockout. If we get a Vespiquen VS Seeker DC regardless, they need right now. They need a hit Enhanced Hammer. If they don't hit Enhanced Hammer, I don't know how they're going to win. But there's a Chaos Well going to do a 100 damage. Alright, so let's see. He has 150 left. Less than this Vespiquen. Right now we're doing 3, 4, 5... 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. So we're doing 170 damage. We'll put down this Vespiquen, and we'll put down... No, we'll put this guy down. We'll just go for a Be Revenge for the knockout. That'll do 170. Take a knockout on the Giratina. And if my opponent doesn't power up another Giratina, we pretty much have the game. The Vespiquen can knock out whoever we want to. We see a Dark Energy and a Float Stone. Shaymin coming to the active spot and owns my opponent's turn. What are they going to do? It's not looking great for them. I'm kind of sad that we discarded all Mandibuzzes. Mandibuzz maybe could have took a knockout. I think we discarded all our Wide Lenses as well. Yeah, 2 Wide Lenses are down. I know we have 1 left, but it must be prized. But we see an Ultra Ball. My opponent has to get a Giratina this turn and take a knockout. But there's an Yveltal coming down. I don't care about that at all. We can hit for weakness with our Vespiquen. We see a Max Elixir. Gonna look at top 6 cards of their deck. Not gonna get anything. And I don't know how my opponent's gonna win this. There's a VS Seeker for it in. They're gonna end us down to 1 card. But my opponent's not gonna be able to take a knockout on this Vespiquen. They'll have to retreat into this Darkrai. We see a Shaymin come into our hand regardless. And to pass on to our turn, we are just going to be revenge for the knockout, take a knockout on the Shaymin, hit it for 340 damage thanks to the Jolteon. And there we go. Oh, there's the Wide Lens. There we go, guys. I know we didn't see Mandibuzz in action, but we'll see one more game with the deck here in a second. Hopefully, we'll see Mandibuzz take some knockouts. I know that one wasn't really good, but we did see a lot of the cool things with this deck. Like we had the Yveltal doing 60, sniping everywhere. We had Vespiquen kind of clean up things as well. Jolteon to hit for weakness, which is pretty nice. We just didn't see Mandibuzz shine, but we'll see what happens in the next game, and hopefully Mandibuzz will take a knockout. Alright, putting against Lysandre playing an all water deck. So unfortunately, this is not going to be a Shaymin deck, but we won the coin flip, so we'll be going first, which is great. Now, if this is an all water deck, we're definitely just going to go like straight. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. This is a hand. Alright, so we'll start Eevtal. We'll press done, and let's see what my opponent is playing. Alright, a Frogadier Greninja deck. Okay, so press done. Alright, so it's Greninja. Alright, so we'll get another mulligan. Okay, great. This is what we want. We want multiple mulligans against this Greninja deck. We need to get down our Vespiquen ASAP and hopefully take the game that way. Alright, we'll press done. We're going to set up again. Going to get 6 new cards. Okay. Sadly, they do not play any Shaymins. Oh, man, another mulligan. This is going great right now. I love all these mulligans. But sadly, these Vullabys aren't going to matter. But we get another one as well. Oh, my goodness. If we do not somehow get a turn 1 Combee and a bunch of stuff down, I'm going to be so sad. Oh, my goodness. Keep them coming. Just keep on going. I haven't seen a Wally from my opponent yet, which is great. All right, so they did get one guy down. All right. So, yes. Oh, my goodness. And no Combee. We did get Vespiquen, but no Combee. Alright, so we see a Froakie. Alright. So I'm a Compressor. And with the Compressor, we're going to discard Vullaby, Yveltal, and then probably an N. That's what I'm really looking for. An N. Okay, so grab that guy. We'll play Trainers Mail. I'm looking for an Ultra Ball. That's not what I wanted. We'll grab a Compressor. Okay. We'll Compressor. We'll discard 3 cards out of our deck. We'll discard the Eevee seem pretty useless, and the Mandibuzz as well. So we'll discard those guys. Alright. We'll put a Dark Energy in the active. Put a Float Stone in the active. And it will be a Seeker for an N. Alright. And with this, we need to find a Combee. Can we please find our Combees or not? So we're in. Yes, I know we will have less cards in our hand than what we have now. But that's unfortunate because we had no Ultra Balls. Hey, there's the R. Okay, Ultra Ball. Thank you for coming down today. Alright. Summon Ultra Ball. Discard Vullaby and Wide Lens. I'm not sure if we want Target or not, but with this, I'm going to grab a Combee. That's perfect. We'll put the Combee down, and we're going to pass on to my opponent's turn. Alright, so next turn, we got the DC. We got a Vespiquen for another N. My opponent's going to draw a card. And can they find some more water Pokemon or not? Or do they play a Wally? I did not see one while they're mulligan. I know I didn't really look that closely, though. So they might play one. But let's see what's going to happen. We see a Rough Seas coming down, which doesn't matter. We're just going to one-shot the Froakies. We see a Muscle go into the active. A Bubble could be crucial here. If my opponent flips heads on a Bubble, that could paralyze us and make it where we can't attack next turn. That would be very, very sad for us. We see another Froakie coming down. Okay. We see a Diaball, probably going to the Froakie down to play. Oh, maybe a Rim Raid. That's probably what they're going to get as a Rim Raid. I imagine that's what we're going to see. And do they find a Water Energy or not? And if they do they go for the Bubble? There's a Frogadier coming to their hand, but we have an N in our hand regardless. So that Frogadier is going to disappear from their hand, and they'll have one less Diaball to search for it. So let's see. Does my opponent find a Water Energy or not? That is a big question. They don't have one right now. Alright, so we're going to put down DCE, Unown, Vespiquen, and we're going to grab an N. And we're going to get rid of that Frogadier in my opponent's hands, which is great. So we're going to end, shuffle our hand the deck, and draw 6 new cards. We get the Vespiquen, which is great. We get a Shaymin as well, but I think I want to use double Unown first before. Do we use double Unown? Do we Shaymin once? Let's Shaymin once. I think that's going to be okay. We'll Shaymin, draw 3 new cards. We need to find another Combee. Okay. So, Feral Letter. Looking for another Combee, please. Okay, that's not another Combee. And we see a Victory Screen coming out. My opponent realizes, like, hey, I can't win this game because Vespiquen fixing do some work right there. And there we go. Vespiquen is good against Greninja as well. As you see, my opponent pretty much just scooped the game there. But we'll see one more game with the deck here in a second. Hopefully, we get another win. And we'll see what happens. Alright, putting against Byron Man and playing an all water deck. So this is going to be great for us because we can hit for weakness on this guy. So call it heads like always. If we lost the coin vote, so we'll be going second. Let's see what's going to happen. On to my opponent's turn. And let's see, what do they get? Alright, so we get a Vullaby, which is great. And let's see, what does my opponent have? We'll press done. Maybe it's like a water toolbox deck, which if that's the case, once again, Vespiquen is pretty much just going to win us the game. We see a Manaphy, okay, that's great for us. That's weak to grass, okay. We see a water Geodude active, alright. And we'll just see a pass onto our turn. Man, I always hate when they just pass turn one because, like, you don't want to end them, but we kind of have to. Like, it's our only real option. We're going to Trainers Mail, and let's see. Alright. We'll grab a VS Seeker. That seems okay. So we'll grab a VS Seeker. We will Ultra Ball, discard it in, and a Dark Energy. With this, we'll grab a Combee. Okay. We'll put down the Combee. Put a DC on it. And Compressor, we will discard. I guess, like, Jolteons and Eevees, because those cards are pretty much going to be useless in this matchup. So we'll discard those three. I forgot to discard the Sycamore instead. Oh my goodness. Whatever. We'll just VS Seeker for end. I meant to discard a Sycamore so we don't end our opponent, of course. That's what I've been saying. We're going to end. I don't know why I didn't attach a Wide Lens either. Man, alright, so I don't know what's going on right now. But it's going to show up our hand the deck and draw 6 new cards. We'll put the... Oh, I know why. We need a Float Stone on this guy. That's why we didn't attach it. So we'll end our turn all into my opponent's turn. Right now, we're doing 30 damage with the 3, 4, 5. So we're doing 100 damage to this Manaphy next turn if we get one out. If we get a what is it called? A Vespiquen out. We'll see a Trainers Mail for a Dive Ball. Man, I'm just all over the place right now. We'll see a Dive Ball. I'm going to start training water Pokemon in their deck. And let's see what do they decide to get. What's it going to be? Show me something good. Give me something good. And there's a good old Sidetoad EX, which is bad for us because Sidetoad could Quake Punch us right now and make it where we don't play any item cards. We see a Magikarp coming down. Another Magikarp coming down. An Ultra Ball, okay, discarding a Water and a Gyarados. It's like a Water Toolbox decks with Gyarados. Yes, yes. All right, so we'll see him discard that. Grabbing a Regice, which I really don't care about. Sorry, I just kicked my computer desk. We see a Regice coming down. We'll see a Sycamore discard the hand, drawing 7 new cards, and let's see what's going to happen. I mean, we get a DC on the Combee. We can maybe take a knockout on the Manaphy if it keeps in the active spot. If he sends the Toad, we can maybe knock it out as well. We need some more Battle Compressors. They see a Water GZ active. Are they actually going to Mineral Pump? They're going for Mineral Pump. Okay, I'm actually A-okay with this. They're going to take a knockout. They're going to be aggressive, but they are going to regret that. We're going to send a Combee. Alright, and on our turn, we get a Wide Lens. I don't care about that. Put a DC in this guy. Use Trainers Mail. We'll grab nobody. Perfect. Or nothing. We'll Sycamore, discard our hand, draw 7 new cards. Okay, we get an Unown. Trainers Mail. We're looking for an Ultra Ball. That's not what I want to see. We'll grab a Float Stone. We'll Float Stone the Unown. We'll Float Stone double Wide Lens so they can hit for weakness on the bench. And we'll Shaymin setting up for new cards. Can we please find a... Oh, man, we don't even have Pokemon in this card pile either. Alright, so we'll get into the Combee down. We'll Shaymin setting up for 2 new cards. Okay, and let's see what do we get off this Shaymin. Oh, my goodness. Alright, so we get an Ultra Ball. We're going to Farewell Letter first. Okay. And let's see what do we get off the Farewell Letter. There's a VS Seeker. So let's see. We have 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, which is 160. So I'm Ultra Ball, discard Yveltal and a Ultra Ball. And with this, we're going to grab a Vespiquen. Hopefully, yep, there we go. So there's a Vespiquen. We'll put the Vespiquen on the active. We'll VS Seeker for an N. And we'll VS Seeker for a Sycamore. Yep, that seems great. So yeah, we'll put those 2 cards in our hand just in case our opponent does Quake Punch us. And let's go for a B Revenge. This should knock it out. Should do like 180. I am so bad with math. I don't know why. We'll draw 2 prize cards. We get a Eevee and a Battle Compressor. Hey, there we go. And let's see what does my opponent decide to do. We could Lysandre to bring up the Toad, take a knockout this turn. Oh no, we can't right now. We did 180, so we're doing 90 right now. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So we can't take a knockout. Yeah, we can. We're still hitting for weakness in the Toad. What am I talking about? We see a Sycamore, go discard the hand, draw 7 new cards. They discard a bunch of stuff. Shiny Garrett, Golden 4, Gyarados, an Auroras, a Mora, a Manaphy. Okay, they're just all over the place. But on our turn, we're the Compressor, and with the Compressor, we're going to discard like Unown, Yveltal, Mandibuzz, sure. We'll put down an Unown. We will Feral Load it to draw a card. And let's see, what do we get? We get a Vespiquen, which we'll put that down as well. We'll put a... Oh, I should put on this guy. I don't know why. I just misclicked. And there's the adventure coming down. We had a Lysandre. We're bringing the Side Stone, and we're going to take a knockout. Now, I know in these 3 games, we really didn't see Mandibuzz shine that much, but we did learn the theory of Mandibuzz. And I didn't have a lot of time to record a video, but hopefully you enjoyed this video, guys. We did win at least Dark-Eyed Giratina Garbodor. That was pretty exciting. That was a pretty good win for sure. But you do see the concept of Mandibuzz. I think it's a really interesting deck. I don't know if it's strong, but it is interesting for sure. But hopefully you enjoyed this video. Thanks for watching, guys. Hope you have a great Tuesday. Alrighty, bye. Alright guys, just want to give a quick shout out to our 2 sponsors, 60 Cards and Yeti Gaming. The links are down below to their websites. Make sure you go check them out. Alrighty.